wonderfully sunny day.
Avocado in her frilly pink dress
Arrived at the... Avocado's eyes, along with her pals Potato, Rose, and sturdy Tonny, grew super wide looking at the shimmery, sparkling...
Yay for the beach!
With colorful buckets and shiny shovels, Avocado and her friends were all ready. Gentle Rose, I know just what we should do. Let's build the biggest, most spectacular sandcastle the whole world has ever seen. Full of zest, Avocado zoomed across the sand, her little pink dress fluttering. She found the perfect... Avocado worked with all her might. Scoop after scoop, she dug into the soft sand. Avocado had a super big idea. She wanted to build the most amazing sandcastle ever.
Sturdy Tonny, always so dependable, quickly grabbed his little bucket and started collecting water. Splish!
And graceful Rose, with her soft petals, discovered a treasure trove of colorful shells. Eager Potato, with his rosy cheeks, wanted to help Avocado right away. He started piling up... All right, everyone. This is my sandcastle, and I have a plan. Just watch me, and we'll build it my way. Avocado grabbed her shovel and pushed a huge pile of sand. Oof, she grunted, nearly tumbling over. Friendly Potato tried to pat down a wobbly wall, but Avocado gently pushed his hand away.
Nope. I can do this all by myself.
Avocado grabbed a big bucket and filled it with wet, heavy sand. Uh-oh.
Need a hand, Avocado?
No, thank you, Tonny. I can do it.
Only I know how strong it needs to be.
She started to build a tall, tall tower all by herself, scooping sand, patting, and pushing. Meanwhile, her wonderful friends, Potato, Rose, and Tonny, watched Avocado. They looked a little confused and as Avocado kept building all by herself.
Avocado loved building. She had a wonderful idea for a giant sandcastle, the biggest ever.
She wanted a super tall wall for her castle, but poof, down it tumbled. The sand just wouldn't stay. Oh dear. Building a sandcastle was a very messy business. Avocado even had a speck of sand right on. Avocado looked up and saw her friends, Potato, Rose, and Tonny, playing happily down the beach. But wait, something was different. Potato, with his warm smile, looked a little quiet. Elegant Rose wasn't... Oh, it just wasn't working. Avocado sighed a big, floppy sigh. Her shoulders... Why? Oh, why? Wouldn't the sand just stay up? Avocado furrowed her brow, her big, expressive eyes full of Avocado, with her big, determined smile, dreamt of building the most magnificent sandcastle. But looking at all... Suddenly, her strong, dependable friend Tonny, the helpful mushroom, looked over. He saw Avocado's determined but tired... Tonny, with his big, practical limbs, started walking slowly towards Avocado, a kind twinkle in his eye. But Avocado, though she loved her friends, was also a little bit stubborn. She quickly shook her head, giving a bright smile that... Tonny, seeing Avocado's determined shake, gave a gentle shrug. He went back to watching elegant... Avocado kept scooping and patting, but the sand was tricky. She got little specks of it on her frilly dress. And then, with a terrible wobble and a big crumble, a huge part of her tower fell down. Avocado loved sunny days at the beach. She had a very, very big idea to build the... But as Pippi looked around, she saw Avocado wasn't her usual bubbly self. Avocado's big... With her gentle, comforting smile, Pippi slowly walked over to Avocado. Pippi, always so thoughtful, sat down right beside her friend. Plop went the sand as she...
Avocado, is everything okay?
That looks like a very big job. Avocado looked down at her sandcastle. A little bit of it had crumbled, and it made her feel so sad. She slowly lifted her gaze to Pippi, her big, expressive eyes looking very tired. One sunny day, little Avocado was at the beautiful beach. She saw all her wonderful... Avocado wanted to build the biggest, most beautiful sandcastle ever. But trying to do it all by herself was so...
Then, wise Momo, the fluffy white fox, noticed Avocado's struggle.
Momo quietly sat beside Avocado and Pippi, his soft gaze taking in the scene. Pippi, with a gentle paw, Momo gestured first to Avocado's little, struggling sandcastle, then to where her friends.
Dearest Avocado,
Sometimes, big dreams are too big for just one, like one tiny ant trying... Avocado looked from Momo's wise, knowing face to her own sad, crumbling sandcastle. Avocado looked over at her friends, Potato, Rose, and Tonny, having so much fun there. Suddenly, a little thought twinkled in Avocado's head. She wondered, her big eyes growing wide. And then, aha! A bright idea popped right above her head. It was like a little light bulb glowing with understanding, and Avocado realized that trying to build the giant sandcastle all by herself had made her friends feel left out. A tiny bit of sadness wiggled in Avocado's tummy, thinking about how she'd been a little stubborn. But then, Avocado's cheerful smile returned, even brighter than before. She knew exactly what she needed to do now. Taking a big, brave breath, Avocado got ready. She was gonna go ask her friends to build the most amazing sandcastle. Avocado had a super-duper idea for a giant sandcastle, but building something so big... Avocado took a deep breath. Her cheerful eyes looked a little thoughtful. She knew that even the most determined
I'm so sorry, friends. I thought I could build the biggest, most awesome sandcastle all by myself, but I was wrong.
Will you please help me build our giant sandcastle together? We can make it even better as a team. Potato's rosy cheeks glowed even brighter. Rose's delicate petals unfurled with happiness, and sturdy Tonny... Without a moment's hesitation, Potato, Rose, and Tonny rushed over. They wrapped Avocado in the biggest, warmest group. Yes, Avocado! We would absolutely elope to help! Look at Tonny! With his strong, practical limbs, he became our super-duper water carrier. He filled... And there was Potato, with his rosy cheeks and eager hands. He was the chief sand digger, Rose, with her delicate petals and bright green limbs, brought so much beauty. She danced around. And Pippi, with her kind, reassuring smile, used her gentle strength to help make our sandcastle strong. I learned that day that everyone has wonderful ideas. Instead of telling them what to do, what do you all... I listened carefully to Potato's ideas for oats. Rose ideas for oats? Once upon a sunny day, our cheerful Avocado had a wonderful idea. Let's build the biggest, most amazing sandcastle. Avocado and her friends, Potato, Rose, Pippi, and Tonny, got right to work. They scooped their Sweet Rose carefully placed shells, while sturdy Tonny carried big buckets of sand. Eager Potato. With every scoop and every pat, their sandcastle grew taller and taller. Character in Image 1 watched. Soon, their magnificent castle boasted multiple towers reaching for the sky, and intricate, sparkly shelled. Then, strong Tonny, always so helpful, filled a little moat all around their sandy fortress. Just perfect. Finally, Avocado and her friends finished their magnificent creation. They stepped back, admiring their incredible... Finally, after so much digging and shaping, our giant sandcastle was finished. I beamed so brightly, my little seed tummy felt like it would burst with pride. Look, everyone, our sandcastle...
But then I thought, it wasn't just my amazing castle. It was even better. Much, much better.
We just couldn't stop laughing. It was proof that when we worked together, even a little avocado like me... Standing there, admiring our amazing sandcastle, I knew the real treasure wasn't just the castle, but the happy memory. Avocado loved sunny days, especially at the beach. Her wise friend, Momo. Today, Avocado learned one of the best lessons of all, that big dreams are even better when you share them. Building a giant sandcastle felt like a huge task, but not with her amazing friends. Sturdy Tonny, and just like magic, with every friend helping, their magnificent sandcastle grew taller and stronger. Avocado waved goodbye, her heart full of joy. What a truly wonderful day it had been. But the fun didn't stop there. Avocado and her friends continued to play and laugh around their amazing sandcastle.